What's good, guys, and welcome to today's video. Unfortunately, to start this video, I have some bad news with the Miata. Let me show you. Up she goes. All right, so I noticed that this area here is still getting wet from the front main seal, which is okay. I was planning to replace that. We've actually already got the seals at the front there. But I started noticing there was a lot more oil kind of dripping down in the back here, which I cleaned away to try and figure out what the cause was. Let me get a flashlight and show you. So as you guys can see, we've got sump bolts there. But if we start looking around the sump, you can start to find that there's bolts missing. Like up in there, for example, there's one missing. Then, when you look on this side, there's two missing in a row there, which kind of explains why this thing looks like it's held together with RTV. There's oil leaking everywhere, and today I cleaned it up, just test it, but you can kind of see some residue of oil here. There's oil leaking out where it looks like the rear main seal again is, which I don't think it's the rear main seal. I think it's the oil pan gasket up and in here now. So instead of trying to fix all of that with everything in the car, I've decided that I'm gonna pull the engine probably later tonight, and we're just gonna take the engine and the trans all out in one piece. I'm gonna disassemble it all, and I mean, I needed to take the oil pan off anyways for the turbo kit and put a bung on there, plus a bunch of other stuff, so why not just pull the motor out and let's just refresh every gasket on there. It'll just be easier to work on it when it's out of the car. Taking the motor out of these things isn't difficult either, so that's what we're gonna do. But before we do all of that, I wanna get this hydro set up and running and good to go. So what I've decided to do, so this little block here is the distribution block for the rear brakes. It goes to both rear calipers, and then this one line goes all the way to the front, to the master. So what we're gonna be doing is removing this line and replacing it with the line, the brand new line we have, and taking the fitting from this and running our new line all the way up into probably around about there where the hydro is, and bring a hole up through there with a nice grommet, and then we can then tap in to the line that goes to the master in here. These are fuel lines, but the furthest one over there is our brake line. So we're gonna tap into that there, try to use as little line as we can and reuse the line that's on there, and then we should have a working hydro today. So I wanna get that done, and then probably later tonight we'll start pulling the motor. I mean, it doesn't really suck. It's probably gonna make things a lot easier for me to tidy up the bay and stuff like that as well, and just fix any other seals that are on there that need replacing. I'd rather this thing be completely leak-free, not a single drop of oil, and at that same time, if we find like there's another issue or stuff like that, we can switch in that new motor over there as well. But anyways, the motor should be fine. It's got relatively low miles on this. I think it's just gonna be new seals, probably gonna have to do a bit of tap and dyeing and maybe some extraction on some bolts on the sump. That's probably why they're missing, because they snapped off or something. So we'll do that, might as well, and then we can bolt the turbo and everything on when the turbo kit comes, because I haven't spoken to you guys about that yet, but I actually have an entirely different turbo kit coming for the Miata, which I'm excited about. So anyways, that aside, let's get in and get this hydro installed. SAMMIT coming to you from the future, because I realized I forgot to do this clip way earlier in the video. But if you haven't gone to sammit.net/shop and grabbed yourself some merch to get yourself some entries to win the Miata, do not miss out. Go get yourself some. Top link in the description. The competition started only a couple days ago and it ends on April 13th, 2020. Only for people in the USA. That does exclude, unfortunately, Hawaii and Alaska though. So everyone else, you're all G. Go grab yourself some SAMMIT merch and continue with the video. So we are out here. Check out the size of this alligator that's just chilling here. Look at him. That's insane. That's pretty big. Oh, he's gone now. There you go. Oh, dude, it's huge. It's huge.
I'll give you $100 to swim with him.
That's the biggest alligator I've seen. Normally they're really small. That's so cool. There you go. I never thought I would have seen that. That's so sick. So we're back at the workshop after I was helping Chris shoot his video, which is probably why you're like, wait a minute, why all of a sudden are we by the side of the road where there's an alligator and now we're back in the shop? Anyways, that aside, we are now ready to drill my hole in the trans tunnel here where I'm gonna run all my brake lines. We've got a nice Christmas bit. Let's get this drilled and start running our lines. All right, I think we got it. There we go, perfect. Man, this is gonna look so good. All right, now let's bring the car up, start working on lines. So it's been a while, and I absolutely hate brake lines. This is the first time I've ever had to like flare and all that kind of stuff, hard lines. Never again. I think I'd rather just pay for the extra couple $100 for soft lines, because I was not expecting this to be so difficult and a pain in the butt. But it also comes down to what kind of tools you have and if you have the right tools for the job. So Chris has this flaring kit, which is just like a standard flaring kit like this. Now, apparently, one of Chris's friends was telling me this is not meant for metric brake lines. And apparently this has metric brake lines or something like that. I don't understand. Anyways, apparently this doesn't have the right sizing, or it's just slightly too small. It makes things very difficult. I've only been able to do one end, and that is the inlet for that, which by the way, I'm pretty happy with my bends and stuff like that. No kinks whatsoever. I literally just used, where is it? I had a screwdriver here that I was using. I've made such a mess. There's brake fluid literally everywhere. It's gross. Anyways, I was using a screwdriver that had like a really nice round handle, and essentially what I do is I wrap the brake line around the handle, and that gets me a really nice bend without it kinking and damaging the line. So that's what I've been doing. And essentially I have this nice line going in the inlet here. This goes to the front of the car, this one here. And if we bring the car back up, you'll see what I mean. Oh, there's the screwdriver I was talking about. That's the handle one that I've been using and bending it around. And then we have the brake line coming out down here, which is going to join in the union here. You can also probably see the hole up there where the brake line goes, and I put a rubber hose around there to act as a grommet, so none of the hard lines will be rubbing on the body of the car and breaking through or cutting themselves. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm pretty happy with that. Chris's friend that was here and telling me that apparently we have the wrong tool for the job, he's gone to go get his really nice hydraulic one. Apparently you just pump a handle and in 5 seconds, like, it's done and it's flared the ends and stuff. This is the line that I have to now run from here back to here, back up to the hydro. So this line will go essentially from the rear all the way into that other port that I haven't done yet on the hydro, and then that'll be everything installed, and then all we have to do is bleed it. Now I was hoping to get a start on pulling the engine tonight, but that is definitely not going to happen. It is too late, but we'll make do with what we can. Hopefully we have the hydro installed, bled, and I can go and rip on it a bit and do a bit of street drifting and just test it out. So check this out, I got this bubbled and flared in literally like 10 seconds with this tool that Chris's friend brought over. It is seriously the coolest thing ever. And yeah, all the brake lines on these cars are apparently 4mm, they're not 3/16 or something. Anyway, so this works really, really well. It's super cool because you just kind of slide the brake line in with this like a cartridge up in here, and then you slide this tool, which is the bubble tool, in there, and then you line it up and then just pump it like a jack or a hydraulic press. It presses in, then you release it, flick this guy out, and then put the flaring tool in, same thing, and you're literally done in no time. It is so good. And it's pretty hard to mess this up and get it crooked as well. So literally, like, if you look at this, it's like a perfect bubble and flare. It looks so good. So anyways, this is where the union's gonna go. So this guy is gonna go there and connect. Whoop, we dropped it. And it's gonna connect into this one. So now I've got to flare and bubble and flare this one. Then that will be connected. And then we need to run this new line here from the back into the hydro, and we're done. So now that we got this tool, we're gonna get things cranked out really fast. And I'm gonna show you me doing it in a second for maybe this line on the ground before we bend it into place, but I'm gonna quickly get this one done. Okay, so here's the tool and here's the piece that we wanna flare. So we're gonna slide it into the set one, which is 4mm. This goes in here. I slide this in. Now, there's a little like kind of beveled edge in here, and what you want to do is just line that up. If I take it out and I show you, you'll see what I mean. So you want to have this lined up with the edge of this. See? Somewhere like around there. Obviously you can adjust it once it's in the tool, but you want to have these level. Kind of nip this down a little bit. This tool is seriously insane how quickly you can smash out brake lines. Alright, so we got that nipped in there. I mean, I can see that it's pretty much perfect where I want it to be. The line's lined up in there. See how the line's kind of like level with the bevel in there? And you just crank on this, tighten it down. And then here's the fun part, right? You literally just grab this thing, which is the bubbling tool. You line it up, you screw this up so that it goes inside the brake line. It's hard to do this and film at the same time. That's why I have you guys just sitting on my leg. So once you line that up and you feel it kind of like it's firm and it's at the brake line, you then close this thing here and then you just pump it. Watch this. And then you feel it bottom out, you release it, unscrew it. All right, take that out, and if we have a look in here, you guys will see there's like a perfect bubble in there now. Now we need to flare it. So the flaring part can be a little bit harder, because you need to make sure that this is perfectly centered. So you just kind of hold it here, screw this in. Sorry, I know it's hard to keep this on camera at the same time as doing it. Let me just line this up. All right, we're lined up. So we got this thing lined up now. It's in the bubble. We're gonna close this here. So it's just like a jack. So you gotta, like, you know, close it and open it and stuff to let it down and stuff. And then we're gonna pump until you feel it bottom out. There we go. We're gonna let her go. And we're done. Unscrew her. Slide your little cartridge thing out. This tool is incredible. And check this out. Absolutely perfect. Like, that looks OEM. If my camera could actually focus on it, look how perfect that is. It's OEM, guys. It's amazing. And now this, and you can see there, the flare is literally the same shape as that, which is perfect, exactly what you want. Oh, can't get over this tool. So I've just finished up everything down here, the two lines and the join there, all going up nice and neat. Very happy with these bends and running this line all the way up here into the OEM location. So now we just got to do the last flare and stuff for the outlet of the hydro. So we'll bring the car down and do that now. You guys know what this means. We're pumping. All right, go.
Open.
We good?
How's it feel?
Dude, it feels solid.
Yeah?
Yeah. So good. Like, this is insane how good this handle feels. Oh man, this feels so good. There's like no flex in any of this. So tight. Should we do one more for the lols? All right, go.
Open.
Oh yeah.
And close.
No more air?
No. It's like little tiny bubbles, but I'm pretty sure it'll sort itself out.
Hell yeah. Feels good, man. Wheels and everything are back on. And here we go. About to drop this thing. Oh man, I'm so excited. I hate that all of Chris's jacks are missing like half of the pole. So frustrating. We are out, ready to go for a little test rip. Ooh yeah. I'm so pumped, you guys have no idea. Hang on, I need to replace that outside door handle, which is a bit sticky. Luckily Chris has a bunch of spare. Ooh, I nearly sat on a screw. We'll put that there. There we go. All right, let's get in this Miata and take it for a maiden voyage with the hydro. We need to vacuum out everything. Alex is gonna detail the hell out of this thing and get all these metal shards all done. Look how nice my lines look in there. All tucked in there. Got so much room for fitting that head unit. Like, hang on, where is it? Let's slide this in and show you guys that this is all gonna clear. It's kind of hard, but look at that. Perfect. No problem at all. Not even hitting the line up the back there. You can see it like sits under there. How good is that? So we are all good there with fitting a head unit, which is great. And the second box thing, we'll have to chop that up a little bit, but she'll be good. Let's go. Oh, that gets me every time. It's so much louder than you expect. And it's tightening my shift knob a bit so it's not flopping around. Oh, she's loud. Alright, so we're not going to do anything too crazy. I'm not going to drift it because I haven't broken in the clutch yet. So that still needs a bit more time to kind of like bed in. But we can reef on the handbrake and slide the thing a little bit. But obviously, I don't want to do anything too crazy being in the compound here. Well, not the compound, but the complex that we're in. So I'm trying to be as quiet as I can in probably the loudest car ever.
Yeah.
But one thing is obviously it's an inline hydro, so it doesn't lock up the brakes as easy as what like independent calipers would.
Yep.
But if you give the car a good little flick, you can kind of get it to lock up pretty easily.
No, pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
Not bad, right?
No, not bad, not bad. Yeah.
It works. It works.
I mean, obviously with a little bit of clutch kick action, a little e-brake, but
you know, like if we had this thing all set up, it should be sick.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
You know, if I could clutch kick, honestly, you need way more speed for this to really be really good.
Yeah.
But it does the job.
And a lot less weight, because I'm almost 300 pounds.
Yeah,
so,
we got Alex in the car right now. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
But dude, this thing's epic.
No, for sure.
I'm so glad it's finally working too.
So this is pretty cool. Alex, who was just filming for us and helping us out, is detailing an Evo 10 MR. That's pretty nice. Do you get to take this for a little joyride after you finish cleaning them?
Oh, he said tomorrow.
Oh yeah, man. It's so weird me seeing Japanese cars that are left-hand drive. It trips me out, man. Yo, this guy's even got Naruto stickers, my guy. That's what's up. I love it. That's great. Thanks for helping out and filming, man.
No problem.
Love Alex, rad dude.
You guys have no idea how good it feels to finally have that hydro finished. It's been a 3-day endeavor. It's insane. And in all honesty, we probably could have smashed it out in one day if, you know, I had, for instance, like the hoist for the entire day. I knew what I was doing, had done it before and experience and stuff, but I didn't. And honestly, it was a learning process as well. Like first time messing around with hard lines and brake lines and stuff like that, it was not fun. But looking back now, I'm glad I did because I learned something new and I got a new skill now and I kind of know what I'm doing if I have to get into that ever again. So that's with that. Smash the like button. Don't forget, get your entries for the Miata, SAMMIT.net/shop. Grab yourself some merch. Every 500 yen spent, which is about $4.30 USD at the moment, I think, with the current exchange rate, is an entry. Don't miss out. Catch you in the next one, guys. Peace out. Jamata.